Hello guys, NautoAce here, and this is gonna be a real talk. I kind of forget to put this on the main video, and basically I'm putting it here now. And this video basically is about, well, if you heard, unfortunately, on May 24th, 2018, John Bain, also known as Total Biscuit, have passed away due to terminal cancer. He's been keeping update to his fans about this, so that's why a lot of people know about it. And the reason, basically, it's on the main video. Why the reason I did this? I'm doing this video. Excuse me, but like I said, I forgot to mention an update on both of my channel about some of the videos I did, because believe it or not, I may not be a fan of Total Biscuit, but I did some video about Total Biscuit to some extent. So what's happening in all those videos is they'll be removed on my YouTube channel, and some controversial video and its follow up, yes, and explained on the main video. I did quote unquote a sort of a controversial about Total Biscuit in the past. Basically, it's about disabling comments on YouTube. Oh, and by the way, he did rectify that, and it's on the main video. I explained it why. But basically, I just want to do this update because I forgot to put it again on. I'm repeating myself. Apologies. I keep forgetting to put it on the main video. So yes, any video that's related to Total Biscuit are deleted out of respect to the family. So basically, this video is going to be the closure, and you know my opinion about it. And I mean, you know what I'm trying to say here, hopefully. So with that, I'm gonna play the main video. Again, my condolences to the family. Total Biscuit, John Bain, rest in peace. Hello guys, NautoAce here once again. Louis, real name, because it's just gonna be a real talk. And basically, you'll be surprised, judging by the graphics on this video, what I'm talking about. Like, wait, what? Okay, so let me explain this. But if you heard about the news on May 24th, 2018, John Bain, also known as Total Biscuit, a YouTuber, video game passionate, content creator, well respected guy. A lot of people have highly respect this guy. Very inspirational. Think of it as sort of the same level as James Rolfe, the AVGN. And basically, Total Biscuit, he contributed a lot to the video game community. That's why a lot of people they think highly of him. Really highly. Excuse me. So, like, wait a minute. So, are you a fan of it? I thought you're not. So, yes. So, I'm not so much of a fan of Total Biscuit. I have seen his video. Great work. It's not really for me personally. That's all it is. So it's nothing personal there. But the reason why I want to give my thoughts on what happened to him, God bless his soul, and I'll explain that, is I just want to be closer with this situation here, because believe it or not, I did video basically something related to Total Biscuit. They're not bad, okay? Not bad, but didn't really, let's just say, contribute to him. And some people just didn't like it. Well, one of my videos, they didn't like it. Basically, I had a feeling, but I had to call him out on it, and I'll explain that later. But to some extent, I know the guy is well respected. I have no problem with the guy. I never met the guy, but I do have no problem. That's what I'm trying to say. I have no problem with Total Biscuit whatsoever. Never interact with him, so why? And the guy's famous, but of course, when famous comes, you got the haters, the jelly people. I mean, if you've been following Total Biscuit, then you know his history about how, like, basically dealing with fans and haters and just people in the internet, etc., etc. Same goes with Mike Ross. Another one, I call him out on it. Again, it's just the nature of the internet. When you call someone out, even you highly respect them or you understand, and you have no ill blood, you really shouldn't. The rule is you just keep that to yourself. I mean, sure, why not? But I'm just calling out the situation. I'm not taking it. It's not a personal attack. I just want to basically let people know about that. Like when I do video just calling out someone, I want them to improve. I want them to be better. That's really it. I don't want them to be, oh, I saw this guy and quote unquote is, not a nice person or whatever, which they are. Mike Ross, nicest guy, a lot of people have said. Total Biscuit, a lot of his friends. Boogie2988, Assassin's Creed, aka Xavier Wood, etc., etc. Even Jeff Keighley, then etc., etc. Highly respect the guy. So I understand where their stance in about Total Biscuit. Alright. So before even I continue this, a little disclaimer now. I want to just give. Okay, so the disclaimer basically is if you don't really want to hear my opinion, like I said, I got no problem with the guy, but I'm not really talking about like what happened. Yes, it is unfortunate that May 24th, like I said, he passed away, and I will start with that one first before giving my thoughts of the whole situation. Again, apologies in advance if people don't want to hear my thoughts, but it's not nasty. Okay, it's not nasty. But on the history, basically, he passed away because he was diagnosed with terminal cancer, and that's already been well known since 2014. I did a video on Total Biscuit, basically giving my opinion about that, about staying away from social media. And first of all, it is unfortunate. It sucks, really. Like when I heard about that, whether you like the guy or you don't, nobody deserves that. But Total Biscuit, basically, he mentioned it in public that, yeah, I am diagnosed with terminal cancer. That's what he said. First, they thought it was cancer, from what I heard. Again, he said it in public, so. And then later on, he said, yeah, no, it's terminal cancer. And, like, when he heard that, like, he just. Well, if you know somebody who's basically dealing with that, you can understand what I'm trying to say there. It's just sad. It's wrong. It's wrong. But again, so like I said, and what happened after a while was that later on, he basically, again, in his own word, he basically announced that a lot of the treatment they're trying to help him do, it was starting to fail. It's just nothing's working anymore. To a point, it's just like, okay, so I'm going around in circle here, so I do apologize. But the thing is, yes, unfortunately, God bless his soul. May 24th, he did pass away. Sad. I mean, apparently he's 33 years old, younger than me. It's never right. I mean, kind of like the situation with Helsing. He was 36 when he passed away. People I follow, people that are well known. Yeah, there are other people. Just I don't want to mention name in this one. Kind of disrespect, not to my point. So apologies. So, like I said, so with that, the disclaimer is, I want to give what he contributed. And basically, I just want to make this like a closure because of my video, my opinion of what he does, not personal, what he does in the past, and why the reason I did what I did. So if you don't like to hear my, whether it's negative or positive, click back now. I always say this. And again, there is no hate here because how? I mean, never met the guy. Never seen his video. I'm not a fan of the guy. And I'll explain why at one point I called him out on it. And it's a common thing that everybody should know. Again, you just don't want to hear anything about it, click back. There you go. So, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. So, Total Biscuit. I can't really say what I think about the guy, but from what I heard, again, very respectable. Okay, cool. He contributed a lot to the video game industry. Yes, that's why I don't hate the guy. But I never had interact. Like Boogie did, and he highly showed respect for him. Michael Pachter, even Jeff Keighley, Assassin's Creed. Yeah, a lot of people highly respect the guy. What he does behind the scene, I don't know. I know some other people said he tends to be controversial. Again, I don't follow the guy. But, again, it's like, it's Total Biscuit. That's who he is. That's his personality. Can't say about that. So, again, it is unfortunate. My condolences to the family of Total Biscuit, to the Bain family. You know, our prayers is with you. So with that said, now, excuse me, that was I'm just going around now. Is I did a video in the past, long time ago. Basically, at one point I called him out, and why did I do that? I didn't call him out for what he does. What he does is his business. What his video he does, that's his style. That is business. As somebody who'd like to make videos, I understand that part. What I did in a video a long time ago is I called him out on basically disabling comments on his video. Again, I understand why he did it. I watched Boogie 2998 video. Why? Because of the haters, the jelly. Yes, and that's why I mentioned sort of my cross here to some extent. Is when you get super famous, you got haters, you got jelly people. Oh, this guy, how come he's making more money, he's more famous? I'm doing the same thing, except the expert. I'm like, I don't think Total Biscuit did it for fame. He probably started just like doing videos. He got good at it to a point that a lot of people said you got potential. Why not make it to a business? Why make your passion make a business? Like that's everybody's dream. Everybody wants to do that. Trust me, including myself. He did, and he worked so hard on it, and there you go. So I understand why, to some extent, he had to disable comments on YouTube. However, etiquette rule number one, even in YouTube and video side with comment. There's a reason why comment exists. Yes, you shouldn't be a jerk basically posting. I mean, to some extent you really shouldn't, but again, what can you do? It's the internet. It sucks. I understand that part. But it's just that unless the comments are way too extreme, to a point that's not just harming you, there's derogatory message, there's some threats, and they're threatening like the family, instead of you're involving the person who's the YouTube creator, let's just say John Bain, and you're trying to scare the family, whatever, then yeah, I understand that's the only way. You gotta disable comment. But if somebody's just being a hater or a troll, you shouldn't, because it kind of shows to some extent, I hate to say it, well, I'm not gonna really just say it, and they just see a different way. So I call him out on that one. That's all I did. I just call him out on the YouTube, why he disabled comments. I just didn't agree with it. However, he did rectify that, because after a while he enabled comments again, but with a catch. Reviews are required, and from what I heard, I think I heard it from someone or him from the internet, he hired some people to review the comments. Does the Total Biscuit read comments? You know what? I don't know. I don't know if he does or he doesn't. Again, I'm not really a fan. But I know some people, if you're getting a lot of hate to some extent, you probably don't want to read comments. But again, to each of their own. But he did rectify that, and I gave him props to that. So it went 180. I called him up before because he was disabling comment. He decided to rectify that by enabling comments, but has to be reviewed. That makes sense. That should be. That's fine. That's even I agree with that. Then another video that I did was just giving my thoughts on Total Biscuit, basically diagnosed, with cancer. And at that point on, I have to give him a lot of props, and I did give that video a lot of props, and that is basically what happened is that a lot of people again calling him out, and this time I didn't call him out because, hear me why. He basically just stated that he's going to stay away from social media such as Twitter and Facebook and etc. Let's just say that. Here's the thing. That's different than YouTube video. He likes to do YouTube video or just video in general. He needs a platform. YouTube's the best one. Granted, unfortunately there's a comment page, but that's how it is. Facebook and Twitter is more social. I did talk about that. And he did say himself that he didn't even want to do it, but because of his his network basically told him he was required for business reason, then he was forced to. But then the trade-off is, I'm gonna hire someone to check my social media. I'm not going to read them, and that's understandable. And some people said, "Oh my gosh, have a spine, please." I mean, come on, really? Not gonna? Here's the thing. At this point on, I even agree with Total Biscuit. I even said on a video, I agree with what he said, and that is, you know what? Guess what? I gotta give props to him. He said, "Yeah, I don't have a spine. What do you want me to do? The doctor told me I have terminal cancer. What do you want me to do?" And even at that point on, I'm like, hey, I agree with him 101% on that one. He doesn't need to do Twitter or Facebook. He didn't even want to do it. It was his network to do it, which is, again, I guess to some extent that's unfortunate, but at least he hired someone to deal with it. He didn't have to deal with it. And again, the guy, to some extent, I can understand. When you get super famous, a lot of time people basically give him like crap to a point that the guy basically, again, I don't know what he does outside the computer, but from what I heard from people, I think to some extent, even again, he's kind of basically trying to be transparent with his fans to some extent. That, yeah, like, it is a problem. I mean, it is an unfortunate there. So that's the only videos that I did. One, I called him out on it, disabling comments on YouTube, but he rectified that, so I took it back. And then on basically about staying away from social media, I agree with him 101% there, especially when you're famous. Again, probably is that he didn't want to be famous. He didn't want to be famous, but it didn't end up. It is what it is. That's just how it goes. That's the internet. So again, it is unfortunate. I mean, he was being transparent about his status, about his terminal cancer, because the reason I heard about it that his treatment was failing was I was watching a video, believe it or not, a video, Level Up Live. Alex Valley was playing, Street Fighter 5. I was just watching it before I go to sleep because it was at night. And I guess a fan basically said, "Have you heard about the news about Total Biscuit?" And Alex Valley just said, "Yeah, I heard about it. It's unfortunate." And then I did a little bit of research of what's going on. And when I read it, yeah, it's just yikes. So, and of course, May 24th, 2018. Yeah. So, again, Total Biscuit, like I said, I'm not really a fan of the guy, but I understand why people respect the guy and have no problem with him. And again, it sucks. It really, really sucks when someone so young passed away. Like I said, Helsing 920. I did a video of that in the past. There are other people that I know, famous and friends, who were in their 30s and they passed away. I'm just not going to name names because, yeah, it's kind of hard to be, but like I said, the reason I want to do this video is I just want to be closer to what I did in the past to end this, so I don't have to basically show that I have no ill will. I have no ill will with Total Biscuit. Like I said, I never met the guy, so I just called him out on the YouTube thing, and that was it. The rest, I was with him 100% of what he did. I agree with what he did. So, again, to the family of Total Biscuit, John Bain's family, my condolences. So, like always, I'm going to end it with a moment of silence. So, with that, Total Biscuit, I'm going to be missed to a lot of the gaming community. You're well respected. Again, sorry that I'm not a fan of you. Couldn't really follow you, like what your videos are, but again, I can see from other people, Boogie had a respect for you, Jeff Keighley, Michael Pachter, with that. So, at this point, on closing this with a moment of silence for Total Biscuit. With that, thanks for listening.